Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Maggie. Tonight I'm going to be sharing with you my nail polish collection, and this came from a request, so thank you, Catherine. It's a fabulous idea. I don't think I've shared my nail polish collection ever. Maybe once way back in the day, but let's not find that video, you know? So I want to share with you what I wear, what I like. I did take little swatches of all the nail polishes on my fingers so you can see how they look against my skin color. It certainly does make a difference, you know, how fair or deep your skin tone is and, you know, how shades look next to them. So I'm going to dive right in. I will link all of the brands down below. I don't know if I can link every polish necessarily, but I'll link all the brands that I use. So yeah, let's just go ahead and dive into this. So to actually store my nail polish, I just have one of these bins. I got it from Dollar General, I believe, but you know, any sort of little bin like this. So I do have all my nail polishes in here. I do have them in rainbow order. So, you know, all my pinks, all my blues, things like that. On top here in this little bag, I do have my gel polishes. And then the rest of this bin are my normal, you know, nail polishes. So I do occasionally use gel. I got a gel kit last summer to kind of play with, you know, COVID times. And it seemed like everybody was either doing dip nails or gel nails, and doing some research, I decided I was more interested in doing gel nails over dip. And I had a kit from Amazon last summer, which did okay, but it wasn't my favorite. And then MadamGlam reached out and offered to send me some items to check out. So I did accept. These were all gifted to me, and I'm really liking them. I do have gel on my nails now, and this is one of the shades. But I like it because it is a little bit more durable, and for my lifestyle, I always like to have my nails painted. It's just kind of a part of my identity, I guess you could say. But when it becomes warmer and we're out on the lake, or we're like actually in the lake, like we hang out on a beach, the water just disintegrates and chips normal nail polish, whereas I find that the gel is a little bit more durable, and it also helps, you know, with loading the boat and unloading and just being more hands-on. I find that my manicure lasts longer. But I did put this on because I am going on a weekend trip here this weekend, so I am looking to have polish that stays on longer, and gel typically will do that for me. So yeah, this is the little light, and the colors that I have 3 right now, but I definitely am planning to buy more. And I have tried all of them on. So in the video, I do have all 3 of them on my fingers in a manicure, and then I took off the other shades and just went with the pink. But I do have 3 shades here. So the red here is called Ready Red, and it is definitely more true to the color on the cap than on the label. So I would go with that. But I do like that there is that swatch so you can see clearly from above, you know, what color. The one that I have on my nails now is called Pastel Dream. And it's this light pink, kind of with some blue speckles in it. I wouldn't call them glitter, like they're not really reflective necessarily, but they are kind of sprinkled in, which I just think is a little, you know, interesting and cute. And then I do have a nude pink, and this is called Rosy Nude. This is definitely like a true ballerina pink type shade, but I would say that this definitely can be more opaque than some of the like light pink polishes out there, and it does like look a little bit, you know, more full color that way. So those are the gel shades I have. Thank you, MadamGlam, for sending them my way. I certainly have enjoyed them, and I do plan to buy some more colors for the summer because, like I said, it just works out for my lifestyle better to have gel on my nails in the summertime. Okay, so we're gonna put this aside, and we're going to dive into my basket here. So right off the top, a couple of things that I have in here, top coat and base coat. I have tried a lot of them. I typically buy a fresh top coat and base coat once a year, unless if I, you know, need one sooner. This year I'm using the Ella and Mila line. So I have the base coat, which is called All About the Base, and the top coat is called In the Rush. They look like this. You can find them at Target, and I believe they're at Ulta as well. I'm really impressed with these. I've used the Orly base coat, that rubberized one, which is okay, but I felt like it stuck too much to my nail. Like it was hard to remove. I've used the Zoya ones, which I don't feel like I don't feel like the top coat, at least when I used it, really helped, like the color or the chipping. But these I'm really impressed with, and I've been using them all year, so definitely would recommend those. I have not tried any of the color polishes from this line, though I would love to try some. And I also have a how do you say this? Sesh Restore Thinner. So it's just a nail polish thinner. If any of these to get too gloopy, you can add a couple drops of this in. I don't use this very frequently. I bought this years ago, but it is something that I enjoy having. Let's get into the different shades, shall we? Okay, so the first set of 5 are my light neutrals. So I have 2 whites, actually. I have the Zoya Purity and the Wet n Wild One Step Wonder Gel. If you can ever find this, get these. These are really great. And this one's called Flying Color. So these are the 2. The Zoya was on my pinky and the Wet n Wild was on my ring finger. Next I have Zoya, and this is a satin line, so it dries down to kind of like a matte finish on its own. And then you can of course put a glossier top coat on top to get the shine. But this one is called Leah. And this is like a really pretty kind of like purpley gray, but like still pretty light as well. So like that. Next up we have Zoya's Dove, which is just a true kind of like cool gray type shade here. And then on the thumb I had Zoya Rue, which is more of like a rosier nude. I mean, it's still very much a nude polish, but it does have a little bit more of a warmth to it, which I do think is pretty. So these are the like lighter nudes that I have in my collection. Okay, the next bunch that you are seeing on my thumb, I have a darker nude. So it's similar to the one I just showed you, Rue, and then this one is called Addison. So you can tell that there is a little bit of a difference here. Addison is definitely deeper in tone, but I would still consider it a nude shade. So that one is kind of more like peachy to me as well. And then we're going to get into the shimmery, glittery ones. So I do have this one from Butter London in the shade Dodgy Barnet. This one is definitely more of a sheer like glitter shimmer, whereas I do have this one from Zoya called Trixie, which is definitely much more like chrome and like a true like bright silver. So both of these are nice. This one I do like to kind of put over other shades, maybe like over a nude or something like that. And then this like really silver reflective, almost like tinfoil shade, I really like on my toes in the summer. I think it's like fun. So yeah, definitely like that one. And then more for golds, I have my one gold glitter. I used to have so many of these that were basically all the same shades. The one I chose to keep is the Wet n Wild One Step Wonder Gel, and this is the shade All That Jazzy. Something like this is really pretty for, you know, something neutral, but you know, something a little special too. I wear this to weddings quite a bit, and I used to travel and use this polish a lot to have it still neutral, but a glitter definitely helps that if you get chips, it's less noticeable in my opinion. And then I also have this one, which is more like a rose gold from Butter London in the shade Chompers. So those are the more sparkly neutrals, if you will. All right, moving into more like pinks and reds. In the video, you're seeing kind of that gradient. The pink that I have, that's like a true kind of bubblegum pink, is from Zoya. It's called Missy. This one's pretty new to me. I got it March, maybe February or March, somewhere in there. But it's kind of like a pastel bubblegum pink. Like it's not super neon by any means, but does pack a punch, which I think is really pretty for the springtime. Next one I have is a old Wet n Wild Mega Last. I don't even think they make this line anymore, but this is the shade Undercover, which is kind of like a muted rose, and it's very like sophisticated to me, but I do really love this color, and certainly happy that I have it still. This one's been around for quite a while. Then I have two kind of like cherry reds. So one is from the Wet n Wild One Step Wonder Gel. Again, one of my favorite lines. And this one is Crime of Passion. And then the other one is from Sally Hansen Miracle Gel. And this one is Red Eye. So I would say that the Sally Hansen one has a little bit more pinkness to it, but both of them look very like a classic red on the actual nail. And then on my thumb, I have one of my all-time favorite reds. It's definitely more of like a brick red, and that is from Zoya, and it's in the shade Pepper. So if you want a red, but not like a bright cherry punchy red, this is a really, really good one. It's a cream formula. It looks very kind of like upscale on the nail in my opinion, and I just really, really like it. Okay, I've got one last red and then we're moving into oranges. So the last red I have here is from Zoya and it's all called Blaze. So it is a red with a glitter in it. So maybe you can see that kind of there. It's kind of hard with these bottles. But this one's really pretty. I especially like wearing this one around the holidays because it's more of like a cranberry red and the sparkles in there kind of adds to something. So I do tend to wear this one more between, you know, like November, December, just because of the holiday season. But I do find that this one just adds something a little bit special to the nails. The next one is really interesting. I don't have anything like it. It's from Zoya and this is the shade Tinsley. And this is like a pink and it's got a orange shimmer in it. So it's a pretty sheer polish. When I put it on my nails, you know, you definitely need 2, maybe 3 coats to really see the color, but it still offers kind of this uniqueness on the nail where it looks pink in some angles, looks orange in others. So I decided to put it more in the orange category because that's what the Reflect shows mostly, but this is really pretty and a very unique polish. And I have 2 more true oranges, the most true orange being this one from Zoya. This is what I wear around Halloween time, like it's a true pumpkin orange. And this is the Pixie Dust formula, so it dries down with a gritty glitter to it. This is the shade Dara, but again, it's that true orange shade and it definitely offers, you know, that chunky glitter. You can put, usually I have to put like 2 layers of top coat on top to really get the texture off my nails. But this one's really pretty and definitely like you can't ignore that you're wearing orange polish then. And a more muted orange, this is one of my fall time favorites, is from Essie. And this is the color Rocky Rose. So it's just kind of like a rose orange. It's just very autumnal to me. Very much like the color of leaves when they fall, you know, after they're at the peak brightness, they kind of lose some color there and brightness and they're a little bit more dull. And that's what this reminds me of. So I definitely wear this quite a bit in the fall time and really enjoy that one. All right, moving right into greens and blues. I would say I have 3 shades that qualify as green, but one of them is kind of like a blue-green. So the first one here, this is from Zoya, and this is the shade Lillian. This shows up as like a Tiffany blue-green. It's really pretty, but when I compare it to some of my other blue polishes, it definitely pulls more of that green tone. But this is just gorgeous for the spring. I've been really liking it as a kind of, again, I'm into pastels right now. It's a light color, but it adds a little bit of, you know, fun and punch to the nails. And being that it's kind of that Tiffany blue color, I think looks really classy too. So that is Lillian. Next one is a little bit more of a traditional kind of like teal, I would say. This is called Wednesday from Zoya, and it definitely is a little bit darker than this Lillian one here, but it does offer like a nice kind of blue-green shade. It's not like so green, but you know, you can wear this and still call it green, I would say. And then I do have one last one, which is a darker green with some glitter in it. This is Zoya's Logan. So it does have a green and gold, like, you know, reflect from the glitter there. This one is really pretty around the holidays as well. You know, you can do it with like a cherry red polish or something like that. And this just offers a nice, like, firm dark green on the nail, and the shimmer definitely picks up really nicely too. Moving right along into the blues, I do have this light blue which is called Boy Toy from Zoya, and this one is just a really pretty kind of like powdery blue. When I do compare it, this is that Lillian that I said is the Tiffany blue green. You can definitely tell there's a difference in tone there, but they are pretty similar. This one I really like too, like I said, powdery blue. And then on my thumb from this first clip, I have Zoya's Crystal. Now this is a really unique polish. It's a light blue base with a blue and gold glittery shimmer in it. So it pulls really interesting on the nails. It's pretty thin formula. So you do need, like, you know, 2 coats, but I'd rather it be thinner with the glitter than too thick with the glitter. But yeah, this one I just love wearing in the winter time. As soon as there's snow on the ground, this just reminds me of like a winter wonderland. It's still kind of a bright color. It's not too muted or dull, but it's not over the top either. Nobody has anything like this, and when I wear it, people usually notice. So, oh, look at that nail polish type thing. Okay, moving into some deeper blues. I do have This one from Wet n Wild, One Step Wonder Gel, and this is the Periwinkle of an Eye. I definitely think that this pulls a little bit more purple than the camera lets on, but this is a pretty, nice medium blue. Again, still not too deep, not too bright. It's just right in that middle ground, which I think looks gorgeous. And then I have this one from Zoya called Saint, and this one has a purpley sheen to it, which it's not glitter. It's definitely just kind of like an iridescence. I have this one on my toes right now, actually, and I think it looks really crisp and bright. But again, not like a neon. I'm not really into neons, but I want something that packs a little bit of punch, and this one's really pretty for that. I do have a couple of darker blues, so this one is a navy cream. It's from Zoya, and it's called Natty with an N. And this one on camera, as I'm watching it here, does look brighter than what I'm actually seeing in the bottle. So this one is a little bit deeper. Maybe you can tell on the nails, but I think a nice crisp navy is always gorgeous. In the fall time, I really get more into kind of the muted shades, and winter time as well. And that is one that's, it's a little bit different. It's a navy instead of a black or a gray. And I think that's kind of nice to have something to switch it up with. And then lastly, I have the Zoya Dream. And this is dark, kind of cobalt navy blue with some light blue and silver sparkles in it. So I've worn this quite a bit around the holiday season. This one's really pretty on, and I think it's something that probably I could wear in the summertime too, maybe like around 4th of July, having the glitter in there is pretty fun. So those are the blues, and I actually didn't even realize how many blues I have, but I do have quite a few. All right, just 2 categories left. We're down to purples and then my deep neutrals. So for purples, I have 4, and I would say I have a good range of purple. I don't have any like deep royal, purples or indigos, but this one is pretty new to me. I got this the same time I got that light pink. So it's a pastel purple. It's in the shade Abby. I've been wearing this one quite a bit. I really like, again, I'm into the pastels right now, but for springtime, I think this is really pretty and crisp, and it's something different that's not pink. So if you want something kind of more feminine and girly that isn't pink or red, you want to switch it up, I think that this light purple is really, really good for that. And then this one is really unique too. This is Zoya's Hudson, and it's a little bit deeper than this original, pastel purple, but it's still pretty light, and it has a silver shimmer through it. So that is what Hudson looks like. Definitely a unique polish. I've never seen anything like this before, and that one I really like to wear. And then the next one I have is Odette from Zoya. Obviously Zoya is like one of my favorite brands, if you haven't realized that already, but this is kind of like a dusty mauve. So it's not super purple. It definitely can pull a little pink, but I would consider this more purple than pink. And yeah, just a really pretty mauve, kind of like when I was talking about the navy, of having something a little more muted that's not, a gray or a tan or something. I think this purple can serve that purpose too. And then lastly, for the purples, this is Zoya's Page. This is, again, on camera it looks a little more fuchsia than it is. On my nails, it definitely pulls more purple than pink. And this one kind of surprised me. I was thinking about getting rid of it, so I figured, let me just put it on my nails, wear it for a few days, see what I think, and I actually really fell in love with it. I think it's a really, really beautiful shade, so I'm keeping it. I'm happy to say that. Okay, last up I have my deeper neutrals, so just have 3 here. The first one is Wet n Wild's One Step Wonder Gel, and this is Taupe as a Joke. This one is kind of, again, that taupey brown, gray mixture. I really like this one, especially in the fall time. I think it's just a nice muted nude that isn't nude. It's a color still, but this one is really, really pretty, and I get a lot of wear out of it. And then I have Zoya's Kelly, which is a kind of like a charcoal gray. I think it's pulling a little blue on the camera, to be honest. Maybe that's just my eyes pulling tricks on me. But this one is really pretty and something that is complementary to a lot of the shades. Like, if I wanted to do nail art or like something as an accent nail, this pretty much goes with everything, so that is a nice option for me. And then lastly, I do have a black nail polish. This is from Zoya and it's called Black Swan. This one is getting a little thick. I need to add some thickener to it, but it's just a nice cream black. It is definitely opaque. I put 2 coats of every nail polish on, but I don't know that you actually need to with this one. It's just a habit, and I prefer how deep the color gets and that you don't really see so many streaky lines, you know, sometimes from the brush. So that's just a preference of mine, but I don't know that this one actually warrants that you need to have 2 coats for you to actually see the color black. So those are all my nail polishes. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know down below what your favorite nail polish brands are, if you have any recommendations. I certainly want to try some from Hollow Taco, which is Simply Nailogical, Christine's nail polish line. I definitely want to try like maybe one of their unicorn skins, one of their like hollow toppers, one of their hollow pastels. I'm super intrigued. I just haven't pulled the trigger because, you know, I have like 7 in my cart and they're a little pricey. So yeah, I do plan to try that line, and I don't have anything else on my radar really other than I want to get some more gel from MadamGlam, which by the way, thank you again. But I would love to know what your favorite nail polish brands are, what you're enjoying. Zoya has been really good to me over the years. It's a good brand that I know I can go back to. I'm not a huge OPI fan. I don't know, I just never could get into it. It seemed like every polish was limited edition and hard to find, and you know, I'm kind of over that marketing. But anyway, this is not a rant. This is just me looking for any sort of suggestions that you guys might have, because you guys come up with great ones. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a little bit different for me. But yeah, thank you again for the request. I wouldn't have known to film this or that there was interest if you guys don't let me know. So if there is anything else you want to see, leave it down below in the comments so I can add it into my calendar. But that's going to do it for me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one.